Hi everybody, this is Robert Linkul. Welcome to Aging with Strength, brought to you by Be Stronger Fitness and TrainingTheOlderAdult.com. Today, I have my lovely assistant, Peyton, with me. She wanted to say hello to GiGi, our grandma, my mom, who this whole episode and this whole workout is geared towards. So really good news that I wanted to share about my mom maybe 2 weeks ago. Got inspired, I'm not really sure why, but I could not be happier that she decided she wanted to start lifting some weights and start getting active. She got herself a recumbent bike. She started riding at home. She's worked her way, I just talked to her a little while ago, worked her way up now to where she's able to ride 20 miles on her bike. It's taken her a little bit of time here in the last couple of weeks to build up some stamina and some good confidence where she's doing it every 2 or 3 days. And on the other days, she's swimming, she's going out walking, and she started doing some weights. So I gave her a little workout to do in the very beginning, and she's quickly advanced through that and is on to the next step, the next level of effort when it comes to the strength training and her biking. And so we're going to start doing a couple of videos here that are going to actually walk through a full one round of a workout, and hopes that any of the other moms or dads out there that want to start a home routine, you can just follow right along with us, and my mom will be doing these with you as well. So, lovely assistant, if you would please grab a couple pieces of equipment for me. Just pick up anything down there, buddy. So a couple things to show you, to share with you. You only need, I'll take that one, thanks bud. You only need maybe $40, $50 worth of gear here if you're gonna do this at home. They have the rubber mini bands. These are the XLs. I got these from Perform Better, and a lot of different companies out there make them, but I think the durability of these is really good. You also see some of the other glute loops and some other bands like so. Doesn't really matter, but I think having some mini bands are good pieces to have. And then some of the longer super bands, Rogue, Perform Better, Power Systems, any of the other companies you find out there, these all work great. And I encourage you to get these versus the ones with the handles on them, because you have so few things you can do with these if you don't have an anchor, something to hook it up to. I know the handles are nice and convenient, but the problem with the round is if I'm hooking this under my foot and I don't have all my weight down on this, it's gonna pop off and smack me, right? So these flat ones are gonna anchor onto your feet and onto any kind of anchor hooks that you have a lot better than these rounding materials. So I prefer sacrifice my hands a little bit and go with these guys. And some other options you can do with these too, you can just take these bands and double loop them over themselves to create some longer straps for you to self-anchor and such. Thank you, buddy. All right, so exercise number 1, I'm going to show you 2 options with this. All of these are going to be sets of 12 with the exception of the glute bridge at the very end. So our first one is called a sit to stand. 2 ways that you can do this, utilizing a dumbbell, and I'll show you kind of the goblet position of this. I like a seated position for myself that's a little lower than this, but maybe to 90 degrees or so. But to start off, having something that's just above 90 degrees, you see my angle here is just up above, is probably a good safe self-start position to come in. Hold your weights however you want. These are the little interchangeable weights that we have, the D-block power blocks. If you have regular dumbbells, just hold it in a vertical position, hold it nice and tight to you. We're gonna come back up, sit down, stand up. We're gonna do a set of 12 of these, okay? My breathing, deep breath in, as I come up, as I come up. Pushing through my heels, keeping my shoulders back, my chest up, kind of flat-footed. And another thing to focus on is as I repeat my reps, not to allow my knees to bow in. I want to keep pushing those out as I continue through. After I get 12 of these bad boys, I'm going to properly put my weight down in a good hinge. Every rep, every bend over, you got to hold yourselves in the right position, okay? An alternative to that, if you don't have weights and you're just going to use the bands, we're going to put you here, 1 foot under, like so, the other foot in, and you can just hold onto the band. We call this a self-anchor. Stand up and sit down from here. Gives me some resistance, same rep count for a set of 12. All right, moving on from there, we're going to do some shoulder raises, then proper pickups, having weights, dumbbells, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pounds, be a good starting point for you here. Nice and tall, shoulders are back, raise out to the side and return. Depending on you and the shoulder limitations you might have, you can do front raises, lateral raises, posterior raises, or bent over fly. You can do these we call full cup with the thumbs up, neutral, or empty cup or thumbs down. So 12 of whatever raise variation is most comfortable for you. They should be challenging, burn, no pain. Range of motion as well. If you can raise a little higher, that's fine with me too. We do raises on occasion all the way overhead to 180 degrees. Sit down, bud. All right, after that, a hinge retraction with bands, with dumbbells. You can do either one. Hold this guy in the middle. People always go, how do you rig this up? How is it? Can't figure out how to do this. Hold it long, grab in the center, let go. Those are your 2 loops. And again, as we mentioned earlier, make sure this is deep in your foot. You don't want it on just your toes, and it's gonna pop off, smack you in the chin. Holding my position here, a proper hinge starts from my shoulders. I'm gonna retract, set my chest. Unlock my pelvis and push my hips back, almost like I'm bowing. I'm gonna feel this big hamstring stretch. I'm gonna return and retract my shoulders. Deep breath in, retract my shoulders. In, retract. Knocking out a set of 12 of these. Really good stretch every time I come down. And the reason I like these bands so much is the band tension gets lighter on the down, which is more of an exposed or challenging position for those with a bad back or a bad hip. As I get taller, the band gets tighter. I get my good retraction, my good support to there, giving me the anti-osteoporosis component that I need. It's going to densen those bones and give me some good resistance in my stronger, more safe positions. After that guy, regular old bicep curl. Only a couple of changes here though. Neutral or hammer grip at the side. And as I curl them, watch my elbows. This is the old way of doing it, where the elbows come forward, okay? This gives you a lot of pec and a lot of deltoid assistance. To just get the bicep, I'm actually gonna pull my elbows backwards. Pull my elbows backwards. So every time I come up, I'm gonna get a good peak of the bicep. It's gonna get a good flexion from this component, but I'm not cheating, over recruiting, or letting my elbows drift forward. Almost like you're gonna try to touch your elbow to the wall behind you. Every time you come up, and keeping this guy pumped, locked in place. Get a good swell there for the biceps. Always chasing the pump. Oh, okay. Pull aparts. Light band. You can use the little guys too. Holding here in the center, make this as challenging as you want. Pull all the way apart, touch the chest. If that's a little too tight, I'm gonna let it out. Contact, return. Contact, return. If I want more resistance, I can double my band, okay? Woo, feeling that now. As I come in here, I have a slight bend. I'm retracting my shoulders. Okay, every time I come back, I'm retracting my shoulders. Touch, retract. Every time, good contact. My abs are tight. My knees are soft. My butt's sticking out a little bit. I'm getting a good tempo as I go through. Nice neutral position with the neck and head so you're not overstraining through your neck. Any of that. Okay, 6-point rows. If you can get onto the floor and you're comfortable doing this, and we're doing this on purpose, because I want you to practice every round getting down, getting up. If you can get to the floor, do just like I did. If there's question to be comfortable or safe getting up and down, do this next to a chair or a position where you feel like you have something to support you, could help you up and down if you get in trouble. Take your feet shoulder width apart, start to separate them, get into a split stance. Sorry, buddy. Get into a split stance, put your hands down on the bench as you go down to one knee, bring your other knee, and then you can basically kind of crawl or manipulate to wherever you need to go, and we're going to get up that same way here in a second. This is our 6-point row. Holding my dumbbells, I need both weights, okay? Tucking my toes in the back, 2 toes, 2 knees, 2 hands. That's why we call it a 6-point row, because I don't want you like this where your feet just sit down. There's no engagement now for your knees. Hold here tight. Row 1, row 2. I'm gonna knock out 24 of these. Really, I'm getting 12 on each arm, and every time I row, I'm pushing down with this arm, engaging it, and I'm rowing my elbow, retracting my shoulder blade, and pulling everything up nice and tight. Every time contact, return. Now I'm pushing here, I'm muscular, row on this side. So both arms are active. What I don't want to do is just lock this arm and relax the shoulder so my joints are soft as far as engagement goes, and now I'm just bone on bone. Okay, so you gotta hold tight there. When you're done with that guy, our very last one is our self-anchored bridge. And that's what we're gonna use, either this guy all looped together, or just one of your lighter, softer bands. We're gonna get you spun around to the floor. Our glute bridge position, feet about 45 degrees. We're gonna have our knees neutral in line with our hips. In my position on the floor, I'm going to tuck my shoulder blades and use my elbows here on the floor for contact. Toes are up, pulled up nice and high. And as I bridge, I'm gonna try to keep my hips, my spine, all the way up through my shoulders in one piece. So this is how I don't want you to do it, where you roll your spine vertebrae by vertebrae up. I want you to lift in one piece, and that is our cue. Lift is one. Up in one piece, return in one piece. Up in one piece, return. Pull your heels towards you, and you'll see your hamstrings engage right away. You want to see that bite. That lets you know you're doing this right. If you're pushing with your quads, you'll continue to slide that way, like you're trying to stand up almost, and your shirt will start to pull down into your neck. You'll start sliding away with each rep. So you want to check yourself, okay? Tuck in here tight, pull from your hamstrings, lift yourself tall, squeeze your butt together, and return. Now to add the self-anchor, we're gonna hold palms up, anchor the band down right over your belt line, hold down in position here tight, so as you bridge, you get some resistance. Bridge, resistance, nice and high for a set of 24. If your band's tight, and every time you come up, your hands lift a little bit, that's okay. As long as you're pulling down and engaging the backside of the body, all the way through your lats, tricep, long head, rhomboid, the whole backside of your body is engaging to hold down, to anchor that band so you can bridge against it. It's a full body bridge. It's my favorite bridge to do, and it's so beneficial for you, okay? When you're done, you can simply roll over, work your way up to your hands, and then when you're done, head over to your chair, your couch, wherever it is you're going. Pick your favorite leg to start off. Make sure we're at 90 here. This back toe is engaged and pushing, and you can push off this knee in the bench, and push yourself up from here. You can get really close and push with both hands, get yourself up from here. And if you're in trouble and you're not able to get up, there's always the simple butt up technique. Lay forward, push your butt up in the air, and then work yourself up into a little high stance. You are using your back, which isn't great, but you're also not stuck on the floor either. So in dire straight position, lay forward on whatever you're at, walk your feet underneath you. You can usually back extend your way up from there. All you moms and dads out there, grandmas, grandpas, anybody watching this, if this is inspiring you to just get started, stick with it. You're gonna feel great results. It's short, it's quick. You only need a couple of things to help you with this as you go through. You know, it's a relatively inexpensive way to start. You can do it right in your house here with your partner and your family to help you, and it's gonna feel so good for you afterwards. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna get that lifter's high, the runner's high. It's gonna be something that is gonna pay off big for you. Mom, I'm very proud of you. You're inspiring people, not just me, not just people watching this, but everybody else that we're gonna continue to teach these techniques to all out there. I'm really proud of you. Keep it up. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for joining us. See ya.
Bye.